Hello, you guys, ForrealPhil here with another podcast 16. And today we have a special guest, a guy who's helped me out with so much in a matter of hours. His name is Nick Chapin. I met him from via the RPM network because I posted a tweet about I needed help with creating custom thumbnails. And today we're going to be interviewing him today on the podcast, and I'm so glad that he agreed to do this with me. So we got a series of questions we're going to ask him, and we got 9 here so far, and then we're going to have a bonus Twitter question from one of the guests who's going to premiere in here. So we got question number 1. Who are you?
I'm a boss! No, my name's Nicholas Chapin. Nice to meet you. You can call me Nick, sweetie pie. Or you can call me Bandits like my Minecraft name. I don't know, your choice.
His name. Okay, thank you so much, Nick, for that answer. But I have another one for you. Question number 2. What is your YouTube? What is your YouTube channel name?
My YouTube channel name is Bandits and Grenadiers.
Okay, Nicholas, thank you for that other answer. Alright, question number 3. I've heard that you did a segment, Bandits and Grenadiers. Season 1, when is Season 2 going to come up again? Or do you have something that's going to replace it? Or what are you going to do with the Bandits and Grenadiers season?
Alright, well, I'm gonna do a huge correction for so many people. It's gonna be mind-blowing. But here's the correction. Making sure this is on. Anyways, making the correction here. It's Bandits and Grenadiers. People put so much emphasis on the A. Anyways, to answer the question, the whole thing with the question is, Season 1, the reason I stopped it at the episode I did, and had the ending we did have, was sort of because I was sort of going for a deadline, and we sort of pushed one character too far, called the R Panda, and we're trying to rework the R Panda to be the way he actually was. Or by we, I mean me, because I'm pretty much a one-man channel now again. But yeah, R Panda was a character that we made. He's a rapist panda. Don't be offended. Don't be offended. Don't be offended. Okay, but yeah, the whole thing with R Panda was that he was supposed to be a side character, like he's supposed to be like this character on the side that you know about, that you are kind of scared about, but he's supposed to be funny. Like, funny things are supposed to happen around him, or to him, and all that. I didn't need to explain that, but with Season 2, I'm actually planning on having this, I'm working in this whole story where Bandits, me, is extremely sad because he lost all his friends in that huge explosion at Tabcoise's castle, the one that she built for the episode. She built that huge castle for the episode. It was amazing. I loved it. We had PC for life get infected by an R Panda. It was like this whole mess of like half R Panda like skin. I have the skin. I can show you guys. It's actually on my channel. It's like, I think bottom right, you'll see it. But yeah, that character PC got killed in the end. He's this kid who has his own Minecraft channel, PC for life. Not gonna say the number, but it's 220. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend this channel. I wouldn't recommend it. Don't go there. He's a little ridiculous. And Season 2, the whole thing with Season 2 is we're going to use a lot of the same actors. We're going to try and rework some actors from the Season 1 into the next season. But Season 2 is only going to be actually going to be worked on in the summer and released throughout the next year. So it's sort of like a movie gig deal. Sorry that this is like a really long question. It's like 3 minutes already. I can see there on my Windows 8. But yeah. Season 2 is going to be worked on in the summer. It's going to have this whole reworked storyline where my character is sad in the beginning. We have actually a lot of new music and sound effects from RPM Network that now I see can actually help me 1,000 times more than I was actually planning on for the original series. So, without further ado, back to you.
Alright, thank you so much for the extraordinary, extra long answer, but that's fine. Okay, question number 4. What do you edit your videos with? How do you make the magic what it is in your videos?
Alright, so you think my videos are magic? Well, look at that. I am magic. I made fire in my hand. Now let me just put that out. It's not magic. So many children's dreams just crushed by that. But yeah, the video editing software I use is Sony Vegas Pro 10. I don't use any newer ones because you are a pirate in a piratry. You are a pirate. But yeah, I did not pirate it. Don't you dare say I did. Because you're not police and all that crap. No, it's not true. I actually got the software through a friend. A friend bought it. I got it. Loved a friend. Same with a lot of my videos. There's a couple video editing softwares. Animations, I use Autodesk Maya 2013 now. I used 2011 before. I have a student edition from my old high school back in Connecticut. I'm not gonna say the town because you people will be like, all flood in there. Be like, the hunt for the Bandits. I'll be like, crap. But yeah, basically, Autodesk Maya for the animations. And the thing with the animations is that a lot of people don't understand, because I've seen this when I get people asking for intros. When I do the animations, it's image by image by image. It's like frame by frame, 24 frames for 1 second. 24 frames for 1 second. Think about that, and think about how high quality videos take so long to render when it's 24 frames per second and you get in each image separated out. That is a pain in the ass to have to go and import into Vegas, which is my other video editing program, which I've been actually getting a lot better at lately. I've actually been finding a lot more features. It's something I love about YouTube. It gives me a chance to improve myself in Photoshop and in Vegas and in Maya. It helps me out with all my graphic design and animation needs. So, sorry that this is so long, but I am very thorough when I answer questions. And I love that. I love being detailed. So, back to you, man. 24 frames for 1 second. Think about that.
Alright, thank you for that answer, Nick. Now, question number 5. What videos do you generally put out?
Okay, well, Phil, the videos I generally put out are Bandit episodes, which are survival videos, and when I'm not working on those, I try to do Let's Play maps, other survival series. I guess I have 2 survival series going on. Single player survival series, which is Bandit, multiplayer survival series, which is Let's Play Minecraft in College, which I'm actually running with a couple of the other people who go to my college, and they enjoy having me say what our college is, because they're like, okay, well, let's help out our college. Our college is an atmospheric science college in general. It's that kind of thing. And if you want me to, I'll say what the college is, because I'm that kind of guy. It's like helping out my college get the word out there that, hey, come to this college, it's awesome, we have nice people, down to earth, all that. I think I answered the question already. I think I did. Not sure if I did. It's like losing track in the middle of the conversation.
Yeah, you did answer the question, Nick, but it was an ultimate awesome answer at that. But question number 6: how do you get one of your animated intros? What is the process to get in touch with Nick and get one of these amazing intros? Because I love them, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people love them. But how do we get an intro like that from you? What's the process?
All right, so the whole thing with my animated intros. I've been seeing that, like, there were a few people asking on Twitter after I got back on Twitter for once and actually met you, Phil, through that whole thing with me going back on Twitter for once. And, you know, I have to say, the whole thing with the intro thing, I'm playing around with it right now. But as of lately, the way I'm going around giving people intros is they send me their Skype info along with a brief description on what the intro is that they want. And generally we try to keep intros around 15 seconds, because if you go to that extra 30, people get bored. I've had that happen with a lot of my old intros. My oldest intros, you go back in my history, you go all the way back, you can see 1 minute to 30 you can see 30 second to 1 minute intros which were devastating on my viewer count. People did not want to go through those. So when I go through making an intro, I make suggestions, and people have generally gone with them. And the whole thing is we try to keep the 15-second limit, keep everything of what everyone wants, and we're keeping it short, sweet, and simple. And as far as music goes for those intros, I'm having a bit of a difficult time finding music for a lot of people's intros. So I try to ask them to give me the music that they want in the intro. I'll put it in there. I'll match the intro to it. You just have to give me the music. But most people want me to give them the music. It's just like, okay, I have dubstep here. Dubstep I made on Windows 8, so it's not as good as actual dubstep itself. And after that, after like they give me the description, what they want, I have this folder called requests. It's a request folder. I keep all the projects in there. I start lining them up. Okay, so I'm going to do this one now. I'm going to do this one after that, that, and that, and that. And it's like, okay, so I do all these in order. I get them all out of the way as I can. Because I'm in college, I can't spend too much time on intros. So don't be like freaking out if I can't get it to you within a week or 2 weeks. So you have to expect there to be delays, because I'm in college. This upcoming semester is going to be tragic for this, because it's going to be business classes are going to be like a lot of work now. So what I have to say is that when you ask for an intro, give me the description, all that, then Skype info, then I Skype you, add you as a Skype friend. We talk about your intro. I share the screen with you as I make your intro. Then we get all the stuff settled together. I render it. I put it together in Vegas and render it again in Vegas with the sound and all the effects that everyone loves. And then once that's rendered, that's the final copy, and I send that off to you. And if you don't like it, I'll try and make it again. But if you get really picky, you're not going to make yourself like seem like someone I want to work with. Optic Trolls was one of those people. He asked me, okay, well, I want this kind of intro, and I'm not being so specific about it that, like, it's gonna work. And it's like, okay, well, I'm seeing that you want me to make the exact same intro that I made for Ninja X Prodigy. I'm sorry, but I will not repeat someone else's intro. Each intro has to be unique, or at least try to be unique, something different. There has to be something different between the two. You can't just use someone's template. So, there's my answer. Back to you, Phil.
Alright, thank you for the answer. So people, you know how to get an intro if you need it. Now we're at question number 7. How long did it take you to get partnered with RPM Network?
Well, the thing is, it took me about a week or two to get partnered with Social Blade in RPM Network. One of my friends actually recommended me to it. One of the people who actually helped me out with the intro. Well, one of the people who actually requested an intro. And the whole thing with that was... This is really distracting. But yeah, the whole thing with that was... yeah, they gave me the help I needed to figure out who to partner with and all that. Because Social Blade literally recently passed Machinima, at least according to their Rising Network or something. Let me check his name here, actually. I could actually check. He's Rising Aura. The Rising Aura. He pointed out that RPM Network and Social Blade have actually, well, Maker Studios in general has passed Machinima, so we're actually bigger than them. So yay us, because we're on the team of Maker Studios and RPM and Social Blade. So yeah. But yeah, it took me a couple weeks to get partnered. Someone actually suggested me to go partner with them. I can't remember the name, and I want to mention them. But if you're out there and you're watching this video, I'm sorry I did not mention you in this video. If you could remind me of who you are, I will give you a cookie. And I will mail it to you. It will be a cardboard cookie or something like that. Something Minecraft, because God, I'm a Minecraft person right now. Anyways, yeah, that's my answer for you. Blah blah blah. I don't remember your name entirely, but it's Phil. I say random things and I'm just like, okay, I need to remember this. I need to remember this. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, there. Your name's Phil. Your name is for something Phil. Blah. But yeah, there's your answer. Actually suggested.
Thanks for that answer. That was an awesome answer. Okay. Question number 8. Do you have any upcoming ideas, segments, anything new that you're trying to, put out new material? Do you have anything you can tell us?
Well, according to this sonic screwdriver, the answer to your question is quite simple. I have one new series that started out called 5 Second Blog. It's a parody of 5 second films where I just do 5-second segments on Autodesk Maya and look at these two sonic screwdrivers. Okay, now take your eyes off the sonic screwdrivers because they're going back away in the jar. Yes, I put them in a jar. Got a problem with it? Okay. So anyways, upcoming videos. I have up to Vendorcraft episode 18 recorded right now. I also have an End of the World video coming out on the 21st. It's actually got a little bit to do with ponies because I'm just like, okay, I'm not a brony. I can stand ponies though, but it's like, I gotta tease them. I just have to tease them. So I took the My Little Pony video, turned the pitch a little down, and it sounded like men singing. I am legit not kidding. It sounded like men singing the theme like bronies. It was just hilarious to me. If enough people put comments on that video to have the whole theme flattened out to that one pitch, I will do it. It's just you guys have to ask, and I'm not gonna tell you guys you need to, because I'm not gonna do it unless someone asks. Other videos than that are a video that I called a commercial where, well, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's supposed to be a trailer for something else, a potential series that if enough people give it attention on that one video, when a commercial video comes out actually at 3 o'clock today on Thursday, the 20th of December, if that video gets enough attention, it gets enough views, enough comments, I might actually go and do that project for the spring. It could be a project I do over the vacation that's gonna start in tomorrow for me. So yeah, that's the thing. And yeah, I pretty much just wing a lot of things. I'm spontaneous. I don't let each series define me. It's like Vendorcraft is building season 2 of B&G's whole entire set, everything that's gonna be included in the machinima. And each series has a purpose. Let's Play Minecraft in College. That's a whole series I'm just doing to get some people in college into Minecraft, get them into the whole thing in general, get them to sort of lure them into working with me on machinimas and all that. But I might not have to do that. Anyways. Yeah, I guess since you said it was okay, I'll mention my college. It's Lyndon State College, Lyndonville, Vermont, in the United States. So if you guys end up coming here just for me, that's a little bit much. You guys should only come here if you feel like it's for your major and all that stuff. If you feel like it's right. Not because I'm here. Anyways, Phil. back to you. Sorry I took another 3. I'm taking a long time on this. It's probably gonna be like a half hour or hour long video. I'm serious. It's probably gonna be. I know you don't mind that you're saying that in the background as I'm recording this. So, back to you.
Alright, thank you for that answer, Nick. That was an amazing answer. Another amazing answer. But we're at question number 9. If you could collab with any YouTuber that you can think of, who would it be?
Alright, well, I have a list of YouTubers I'd love to collab with. I'd love to collab with many YouTubers, even the beginner ones. I mean, God, we need to get all the beginning channels up to, like, all the standards that we're seeing all these kids at now. Because I see, like, kids at 2,000 where I'm at, like, 200. I'm like, what the buck? And yes, what the buck? I did mention you in this, and you better reply to my god dang. You better reply to my tweet. You better reply. Because we're both from Connecticut. I wanted to know if I could collab with you. Anyways, yeah, what the buck is in Connecticut. He's actually a possibility for gaming and real life collaboration. Other collaborations I'd love to do would be Tobuscus, because Tobuscus is just freaking awesome, and you know, it's kind of cool to meet someone like him. Basherverse would be one. Another one. There'd be, well, Bebop Vox, Blue Zephos. I mean, well, thing is with Blue Zephos and the whole Yogscast guys, I mean, those were the guys who I watched who inspired me to even start YouTubing in the first place. So I kind of owe it to them to collab with them if I ever meet them or ever see them. I mean, at least shake their hand, get a signature, something like that. Anyways, I'm not really picky on who I collab with. I mean, as long as they have a good voice, good recording software, and have plenty of it, all the things, have a good idea of what we need to do. I'm trying to avoid doing survival series right now with other people because God knows those take forever. Those could go on forever. That's why Vendorcraft is like staying as a single player thing. Single player survival, working with that. I mean, every now and then in Vendorcraft, like you're gonna see with episode 18, I'm gonna do some melling around to like push myself a little forward because of certain things. There's gonna be behind the scenes on the episode 18 for like what I did to make that change, but you guys will see that when that happens. So, I think I over-explained things again. So, back to you ForrealPhil.
Alright, thank you so much for that awesome answer. And we have 10 questions, and we're at the 10th one. And this one is like a little bonus question from a viewer from YouTube. It's a close friend of mine. Her name is Cassidy. But her question was, what inspired you, or what is your reason of becoming a YouTuber? What made you sit down at the computer and say, hey, I want to start making YouTube videos?
Okay, well, the thing with that whole question is it's a long story. So, set yourselves down a little bit here. It's a little deep. My brother James and I, we started a YouTube channel called Creepers Den, or we were planning to start it. He was going out with this girl named Sarah at the time, who we did Minecraft Brothers. We started that as a series, the first series, and then when his girlfriend joined in, she was a really nice girl. I mean, I never really remembered or figured out what happened to make him break up, but they did. He was really distraught about it. It was really bad. But yeah, that channel is still up. Problem is, a while into Creepers Den, while I was in my Doctor Who phase of my skin, I was sort of becoming like a butt of a joke. I was being the one made fun of all the time in the videos. They would always be like, oh, you build awesome things, but you're just like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I mean, hell, I went through all the effort to build a full-size TARDIS in Minecraft from wool and lapis and glowstone. It took me forever to get those materials. Forever to get all that stuff and get it together and build it from scratch in survival. That's the whole thing. The Creepers Zen channel was centered about being legit, not using any mods, not using any hacks, not using anything that would cheat the game. And that pretty much, like, I was interested in some of the mods back then, and he was just like so Nazi-ish on the whole thing. But yeah, I was going down in like popularity with the guys. Like, I was distanced away from them eventually, to a point where I got into a physical fight with my brother. I got into a physical fight, and you know, I just had to leave. It was getting too much. I couldn't handle it. I wasn't mature enough at the time. I wasn't mature enough at the time to handle being in a series with someone like my brother and all those guys just constantly, like, making fun of me while not actually meaning it, but sort of meaning it. It's complicated. It's like busting your balls. Didn't realize that at the time, because God knows my parents sheltered me like all hell, to the point where I was a little socially awkward back then. So beyond that point, I was like, hey, my parents are telling me not to go into YouTube, not to go into all that stuff again, but hey, I was the guy who made all the graphic design stuff. I was the one who made their backgrounds, their custom thumbnails. Hell, I still had animation experience back then. I was a 2D animator back then. And, you know, I was just starting into 3D. So I was just like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna jump right into doing my own channel. And, you know, I met a guy named Ozzy Mudkips. He was actually a guy who was really nice, and like I met him, I was friends with, I think, Pigpal and Ozzy, no, not Ozzy Mudkips, but it was Yo-Yo Kenwan, Ozzy Mudkips, Mercedes, and PC, all at the beginning. It was really nice, and as things progressed, some of them had to leave because they were really, you know, not enough. I can't explain that, but you know, I started off, it was like through a guy named Izzy's Planet. Izzy's Planet had a really popular Minecraft channel. He was doing really well. He was going for the gold. He was going to be one of the best YouTubers out there. I would have collaborated with him again, had he not flipped the shit on every single person who worked with him. He was having a lot of problems in real life. He couldn't keep up with his channel. He left because of personal problems. So that's when I met Ozzy Mudkips. I met Ozzy through him. And we came up with the name Bandits the Grenadiers. Because Ozzy was the Grenadier, I was the Bandit. I had the bandana and everything at that point. Because I just switched my skin to a night skin with a scarf and everything. And we started off, we built like the first home tree, our tree of life, that's what we called it. You know, you can go back to my very first video. You'll see that. You'll see all of regression as it went through. But the behind the scenes stuff is where a lot of the conflicts occurred. So, as things have gone through that, I've learned to, you know, pace myself with people, associate myself with only a certain few, work my way through, not be a certain way towards any certain person. Actually, the whole thing I love about YouTube, the whole thing about collaborating with others, is that it teaches you a lot more about socializing with other people. And being that, you know, sheltered kid I was back then, I learned a lot more about it. I learned a lot more from my mistakes. And that's what's gotten me here today. I don't regret anything I did, because it's gotten me to where I am today. It's gotten me to learn from my mistakes. I'm sorry for what happened back then, but, you know, it's taught me to be the person I am now. So, guess that answers your bonus question. It's a 6-minute and 30-second clip for this. So, here you go, Phil.
you so much, Nick, for being on today's podcast. It was so much fun, very informative, and it is a benefit for your channel mainly. And I want to say thank you for coming to the podcast. It was amazing having you on the podcast. And I just want to say, coos to you and your channel. Hope you have good holidays and stuff coming up. But hopefully, maybe again, I can get you back on this podcast again someday. But everybody, you guys can go check this guy out. www.youtube.com/Bandits and Grenadiers. Ooh, off the memory. But I'll put the link somewhere over here. But anyway, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the podcast. You guys can go check him out. I'll put his Twitter. All his links will be below in the description bar. But I want to say thank you mainly, Nick, for coming onto the podcast and telling us about yourself. So I hope we do this again. But thank you guys, and I'll talk to you guys another time. Bye.
Alright, thanks for having me on the show, Phil. See you guys next time on Bandits and Grenadiers and ForrealPhil. And hello, audience. Shit.
I used to wonder what friendship could be, until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure, tons of fun, a beautiful heart, faithful and strong, sharing kindness, it's an easy feat, and magic makes it all complete. You have my